bring myself up. And then we're here. Hello. Hello. I'll get back in so we can listen to the wonderful waves of Myst. Hello. I'm back. Hey. Yeah, we're gonna play some Myst this morning. For today. This was not going to be what I was originally going to do for my next thing. But after the last 2 weeks, I'm going like I need to be in a better headspace for what I was actually going to be doing next. And I just kind of got into what do I need to relax? I'm gonna choose Myst of all things. Um, yeah. The I wasn't actually using this one in order to relax either. I was using the PlayStation 1 version of Myst because I'm really good at decisions. That version is something else. It's fun. It made me laugh because of how it is there. All right, so let's get out of here and let's start something new here. So we are going to go through as much as we can today. I'm going to probably split this up into two streams because if I was going to cover everything, it would take a little bit while. And there's things I want to talk about while we're going through this 32-plus-year-old game as we go. But yeah, when it comes to this, we have the remake. That's what we got, and we're just gonna go classic. We're gonna go classic. I have thoughts about the randomization uh mode in this version because it makes me think about the puzzle structure. So I'm not gonna get myself like going into the randomizing too much. So we're gonna play classic. We're gonna go through the ages. We're gonna relax. And immediately get me thinking about this opening scene. Because, man, this thing is confusing if you do not know anything.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
So, if you don't know anything about Myst, this is so... it's been ported so many times. It's been ported so many times. Um, across many different versions, too. Like, across the... Like, just for PC alone, I think there's 4 versions of this game now. There's the original 1983. There's Real Myst from 20... there's a 2000 version, I think. There's the Real Myst version, which I think was like 2010 or 2014. There's the Masterpiece Edition, of course, and then there's this one. But yeah, there's also console versions. Like there's the PlayStation version for Myst, as well as Riven, its sequel, and maybe it's on. I don't remember if there was an Xbox version, but it feels like there was. It feels like there was. Off the top of my head, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, this opening, you have no idea what's going on in terms of Myst. This is not going to be explained in this game. This is not this is something for Riven. And in terms of who we are, we're just here. We're just chilling. Is this Earth? It's presumed to be so. And we just have a giant fissure in time and space, which made our character, which we'll be seeing a little bit later, drop this off. I want to listen to this song. of the warp zone. No, that is just a wonderful that is a wonderful thing that is just kept with Myst. Because when you played the original version, all of the wonderful FM full motion video stuff was in that tiny window just in a corner there because that was all the space that was available in the game. Now, I forgot if I put on the option or not in the interface. I did put classic video mode on. Good. Because I'm in the boat with this version of the game. Yeah, the Macintosh original. Yeah. I'm in the boat with this version. It replaced all of the full motion video actors with CGI copies. And I'm not a fan of those. They're pretty not great. So, mhm. Yeah, they couldn't fix the sound problems. Also, the thing that they haven't fixed with this version is I have subtitles on, and they were on for the opening scene. But because the classic video mode is on, and they've explained this, why and they've explained this, uh there's no subtitles for the classic video mode. And that's because the cadence of how they talked is different from what they have for their CGI versions. So I would like to have this on, even though the subtitles won't be on for them, which is a weird trade-off. And as far as I was able to look, there isn't anything to put in subtitles for them, and they haven't fixed that at all. Yeah, we'll get into some of those. Mhm. Oh, I'm sorry for you. But you get to experience how this is in full 360 degrees. The original was you just had a solid screen and you just click through screens. Playing through the ah, what is it? Playing through the PS1 version is the worst way to experience this because the load times on the PlayStation 1 version for Myst are just really bad. It's just for no conceivable reason, really. Now, the thing I should be doing is turning on these switches. Some tracks are a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I should go back and do this bit here. The thing about this remake is also they leave out, or I haven't found it. Because in the original, there's a letter. Like you would go up these steps, and then outside of the library, usually like around here or so, there'd be a letter on the ground that you're able to read, and it's from Atris. For Catherine, who is, well, you'll point out that it's Atris's wife. Not here, but they did put in the grave from Real Mist. Or, what's her name, Tiana? Did I get the gear switch? Did I? I don't think I went up there. Did I put it to up? Nope, I didn't put it to up. But yeah, that letter is pretty much just saying, hey, you need to do some things with that there. Yeah, we'll see it in Selenitic, yeah. Uh-huh. Alright. Let's go about doing this, because I do want to get that scene that most people miss, especially in this version, because again, that letter seems to be evading, or just not in here, since they put in the grave marker. That's 5, 6, and 7. And the other one is all the way up around this clock tower. Now, if you... I've played this game before, so I know the solution for it. Maybe I should just leave it. So I'm just going to go leave it until we actually show off what the actual solution to that puzzle is. Because, yeah, you would just go over here, and you would just turn these knobs, and you see that it turns the minute hand and the hour hand. But you have no context as to what it's actually supposed to be for. So you just leave it and go off somewhere else. I'm just going to head into the library. Just do that. I do like the version of this game where you can take a picture at any time and you can keep that as your notes and actually like have an in-game version of taking notes instead of writing things down. It's fair. Okay. Get rid of that photo mode though. Made with Riven, like with Pegasus Prime. Yeah, for sure. I am. There's something I want to do now. There's something I want to do with this playthrough, and it's going to mean that I'm going to avoid looking at one of these books. Who do I want to talk to? Who do we want to talk to? Do we want to go red or do we want to go blue? What can I flip? Do I have anything around that I can flip? I don't know. Let's see. No, let's talk with. Let's do blue. Let's do blue. Kind of been notified. Okay. There is a zoom button. I forget that this version has a zoom button. Book that is just filled with static. All right. Let's put the page in and let's say hello.
Serious? Are you? See you. Cannot. Help me. Bring me blue pages. Never, never. Pages. I must have the blue page. Bring them to me.
Such a wealth of information. All right. We'll focus on him. We're not going to focus on the other guy until much later. Now, inside of this library, I don't feel like I want to spend too much time on the books in the library, even though it's really like I went through the reading material and it is good. It is good stuff there. Like you can look into here. Like this is the 4 books, the 4 ages that we'll be going to. Except that they do make it so that that 5th book is a little bit too obvious that you can also look into it as well. It was meant to be hidden in the original. Like you're not supposed to know that it's even there because of all of the burned books around it. Oh, that sucks. Also, you can't click on any of the burned books in order to open them up and see those burned images. So that's also disappointing. But, yeah, so all of these are written by Atris, our wonderful man who fell out of the void, almost. And it just tells about his adventures and what he's doing in each of these places, which he technically created, but the overall talking about Myst really doesn't get into detail. You're just having to pick the pieces together and hope that Riven can kind of make it a little bit more cohesive. We're just here for the really important information. I thought there was more in here. Yeah, I can't flip anymore. There's more important things happening here. They also talk about how it's like, oh, the color of my ink is also changing depending on things, which he just kind of goes like really cool, but not really connected to anything here. Stone ship. What do I need here that is inside of stone? We're making the lighthouse. There was the different people individual people, very small population that was happening on this island, and then another person would come in. Atris tried putting a ship into the world, but really didn't know how to actually do that, so it immediately just kind of crashed and burned in there. And then we have our constellations, which is the way of unlocking this age. Like the rocket. Hmm. Well, I mean, they kind of still do. When you mentioned the rocket for the Selenitic age, and then you have the actual like literal ship for the stone ship, um, the gear for the mechanical, and the tree for channel wood. It's like, yeah, they kind of beat them. Yeah, we have these, but it's only half of the puzzle, and also it's an overabundance of information, so you have to like pick and choose. So it's good to have this information, but then know which ones are the most important ones. Which, if you're doing a randomized puzzle, that means that you have to pay attention to all of them and know which one to actually use for. This one is. And look at the cover. Oopsie. Gigantic balls of fire. This is Selenetic. The heat. We have our compass. 3 meters is not enough to support the beams, although amazingly strong. I doubt. Ah, and this is the bane of my existence. I'm not good at that puzzle. I'm not good at that puzzle in order to open Selenetic. But we'll need it. 51423. What that connects to. We have a nice map of the age, which has been bombarded by meteors. Doesn't feel like they got rid of things. And then our last one, which is mechanical, which inside of it. Power, we have Trek Slope. Eventually get there. Playing by, yeah. I haven't played Total Distortion. I've only experienced it through other people. Oh yeah, these books definitely got rid of like all of the fluff in it. I thought there was more. Strange. Well, let's figure out where we can go. And the nice thing about this map is usually in most of the versions of the game, this map is just like shows you everything that's on here. This one, you have to go to the places first and then they will be highlighted on this map. So it's like, okay, explore the island, then you can go to all these places. And so there we go. I want to Terra rotate. I want to Terra rotate to. Oh, I can't. Now, what is it connected to? It is connected to the mechanicals. So I'm going to go down here, lock that in place, so I can get that. So we can go back to our bit here. We want that. I don't get our sound effect anymore, which is unfortunate, but we can just go in here to our elevator. If this were Ruru, yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Fine, I'll close the door. Pleasantries, pleasantries. Okay, so pointed at the tower. Here's our important things to get to the mechanical edge. 240 and 221. So the 240 is what is going to get us to the clock tower. And then the 221 is going to unlock the mechanical age for us. And then just for the sake of it, we can go up the ladder and see that, yes, it is connected to the gears way down there. Fortunately, you had to cut corners. The waves, they aren't moving. Yeah, well. When it comes to the larger, thought process I had with like going through Myst, it was because I was thinking about Exile and how I really don't know who owns it right now. I don't know who owns Myst 3 because, and I was also thinking about it because like that was done by Presto. And I'm like, when Presto, I don't think owned it ever. So I'm really wondering, like, did Cyan acquire Exile at some point? Or is it unfortunately still with, like, Ubisoft? Because I know Ubisoft published it. Especially with Myst 4. Because that was Ubisoft doing that. Alright. Let's go to the clock tower, and let's flip that last switch, since we can do that. And then we'll get to a scene that we can do. So there's our clock. Set it to 240. And, press the button, right? At least I can see platforms underneath it now. Like, what are these gears? Why are they here? Alright, this can be flipped. And we're ready for a scene. Before that, a puzzle that I honestly liked doing when I was a kid. Like, I would just get in here, do the 240, and I would just play. Like, this is a really good play around puzzle. It honestly never felt like I was penalized for anything. Alright. Just play around with it, and I need to make it 2, 2, 1. You only have limited amounts in order to work with this. Like, if I were to... Just gonna get the feel for this again. Come on, all the way, please. Bottom 2. Yeah. Let's reset it. Bring you back up. Okay, let's try it again. Get the 2... These need to be apart. Like that. Yeah. Nope, that doesn't work. That gives me 2, 2, 3. Close. Just like playing with the switches. Switches are fun. How do we do that? Nope, then I'm back to 2, 2, 3 again. Shoot. Oh, now I'm dead set on my errors. Okay. Really gotta hold it. Okay, that's 3, 3. Let me do the top very quick. Every time I've done this puzzle, it was just, well, I'll just play with it until it works. I won't set it. Yeah, that's 2, 2, 1. I'm back to 223 again. Shoot. So maybe I should flip it around and get the 1 in place and then do the top. Something like that. Okay. Where's the 1? Okay. Almost. I see it. It's just not in front of me. Okie dokie. Okay. Then I'm just alternating again. 1 2 1. That's just 3 3 3. Nope. Man. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I think I can do it. Thank you. All right, let's because when I'm doing classic, it should be that. It should be that. So I'm gonna do that. Thank you. I'm not here to be like completely professional today. So 1, yeah, 2 3 1, 2, 3. That's the original. Yeah, you're right about that. Good. I'm getting stuck with a puzzle that, as a kid, they would just turn the cranks and eventually it would work. Oh, there's just no thoughts in this head. Wait a minute. Nope, I'm back to 2 2 3. Woot. Woot. Back. Hello. And it's on the ground. Okay. Come on now, me. This is embarrassing. I'm at that 113, but way earlier. I should be able to do something with that. Ooh. Nope. I'm embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. Oh, now I remember. You're talking about the long holds. Yeah. You're talking about the long holds. Left, right, left, and then if I hold it, go like a 1, 2, 3. Right, that thing. Yeah, right. There's the hidden. Right. Grr. Yes. That's why. Yeah, that's why. I'm thinking of a dummy. Yeah. I'm not thinking deeper. That's the thing. Okay, so that means I have 2 up there. Nope. Oh no, I screwed it up. Okay. I screwed it. Let's do that again. 1, because I want to just move the bottoms now. Okay. 1. And then we hit it twice more on the left. There we go. Congratulations, you solved the puzzle. Isn't it ominous? It's going like, congratulations, what did you do? Alright, but before we do anything, because we can go to the mechanical age if we really want to, is we got a message to see. Because even though the letter isn't here, as far as I know in this remake, the cutscene still is. Involving our... So it's already set to the pool there. But how many marker switches are there on the island? There are 8. And we'll accept that as a valid response. We do have to listen closely, though, because there are no subtitles.
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine is one of our sons. I suspect Agatha, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in their places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return, but if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. Oh, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
Kind of already used some of the some of the tower rotation in order to get to this point, but a scene that feels like it's entirely missable now, unless you play a different version. Set it to something a so we can take a look at it just because we're here. And then ultimately I'll set it to 40 for later. Look at that, wonderful. As they literally turned like, okay, here's a podium, here's a lectern. Let's just put a big, huge, just big crank on it. Make it work. All right. And 40. For later. Not for now. For later. Like holo projectors, but a very adaptable form of holo projectors, because you can have it traditionally like the one down there, or just like literally in the form of a page. Very transferable. I could finish the game right now, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I wanted to make rhyme for the original. It's likely. It is likely. I absolutely could. I absolutely could. I know I know how to do that. I am not going to though. Go fit. Like, I love that ending. I honestly love that ending. I do. It's so passive aggressive. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. Let's just go to an age. Let's go to an age. Let's just do the mechanical age. Probably my least favorite of the four. This place. Make yourself at home, I guess. You're starving. All right. Through the mechanical age. It has the beginning of a puzzle structure that I'm not a fan of. But isn't this the one with the torture rooms? Absolutely. Like, it's a really good starting age to get a sense of the two brothers, Sirius and Akanar. Because Myst really didn't have space for direct storytelling, but it had a lot of space for environmental. Now, the other thing like was mentioned, what was it? Like, there was reasons why I didn't play Myst or play certain things in Myst because of when I was a kid. One of the things was actually just like core to its design, where you are constantly trapped. It was the feeling of being constantly trapped. If you entered an age, the primary puzzle was getting out. And I hated that when I was a kid. It was not fun. But playing the classic version, you're just looking for the code in order to get out of here. And once you have the code, you can just leave whenever. When it's randomized, hey, you have to go through the whole rigmarole in order to find the code. Yeah, I can see them releasing the pirate flag logo there. Seeing down there. I don't think I ever noticed the oil effect that was actually down there. That's actually not bad of an effect to put down there. Good. Okay. All right, let's get to know the brothers a little bit more. Which brother do you think this belongs to? They're a bit here. This just has a whole bunch of different bits to it, except for this part, which is puzzle important. So that's my lock. So Myst has a couple of sound puzzles, which in this version, they do put in sound subtitles, so at least it's good for accessibility in that regard. But even with that, I was never a fan of the sound puzzles. Move that, move the dial up. It will sort itself out. So if I'm going that way, north, it'll ding. Or it will piston fire. Or do a chirping. Or if I go right down to where we started with, blah, I get a ding. So ding, piston. I forget that. I forget that one. Oh my god. And a chirping. What was that? What was that? Ding. Okay. Ding, bonk, piston, chirp. Or however you want to remember it. Honestly, what does the... They usually don't put on the sound contacts, but I should put on the sound contacts. Whoop. Interesting. That's how they do it. Okay. Either this or this is a bug, which would be fun to look at too. Exhaust sound. Oh. Okay, it was a texture bug. Okay, cool. Think sound. Weirdly put in. Spin. Spin. Okay. Not connected with the spin. And a cowbell? Alright, fine. Whatever floats the boat there. I don't want a snake in the box. That's a bad idea. Okay. That button, we can get in here. Hi. I'm gonna let you go to sleep. Or open you up entirely. I'll just open you up entirely. Lever. I don't remember if it's in this room they put something, but I'm not remembering. So we got our blue page though. I'll take that. Fantastic quality of life with this version. You can pick up both pages. You don't have to do the age twice in order to get both pages. So that's a little bit too flashy for me. Let's turn that off. Unfortunately, yeah, that's an unfortunate flashing light warning for some people. Because there is... Especially when it's a terrible, like, look at that placement. It's right next to it. I know space is tight, but gotta think about that. Alright, so we got Akinar's page. And that'll bring us to the main beef of the puzzle, but we can go over here. A little more sophistication. Alright, our jewels. Context is an important thing. I don't think I played enough with the PS1 version to really see what the effect was like on that version, but yeah, context is important there. There. Back then, when you think like Myst wasn't deep in terms of its puzzle, but back then you really think that it's like every piece of information was super important, when the majority of it was just red herrings. Our stone ship, we got our selenitic. We have our wonderful. There is a connection to this picture, I want to say. I just forget what. Oh, every painting in here is made by a real artist. Madame Moitissier, 1856. Okay. Yeah. It's smug. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Stolen valor, and I don't know why you would want the valor of Napoleon. No wonder he's stuck in a book. 1806? Really? I don't think I ever made that connection. It seems so strange in terms of its time. Yeah. Ribbon did so much there. I do remember in the PS1 version that like you could look at this box and you think that there would be some sort of connections like a puzzle with this box. So at least in this version they made the box a little bit important in terms of pushing a button. I'm looking around. The gold. Oh. Yeah. Your greed sickens me. Your desire for wealth and plunder is never satisfied. I will instruct my subjects not to pay your new tax. And you know they'll listen to me. Regards. Nar. There's a bunch of these letters which just ends with regards, and it seems inappropriate. Serious paper. I still want it, even though I'm not going to do it. There is something else that is supposed to be behind it. I just don't remember where it is. There's a buddy. There's a friend in here. I need to find him. Like, I can only imagine. No, I gotta find him. Where is my friend? Where's my buddy? Guys. I might have to go up. I don't want to go that way. See if you can guess where it is. Like, I think I know where it came from. I think I have a really good guess. Okay, let's go up and do the primary puzzle of this place. We have our elevator. We also have stairs going down. Yes. So we need to rotate this entire building, and if you're wanting the code in order to get out of here, you have to do 2 rotations of it in the classic one. I think in the randomized, they use all 3 positions in order to split the code around, depending on what you're doing. We can set it up there. There. Let's do that. Go. This one I don't have to close. Elevators are Myst. Either the doors close themselves or you have to close the door. Depends on what the elevator is made of, really. I remember here. This. Yes, that's right. Because up here, this is where the rotation is. So let's use those subtitles to good use. Okay. Let's use those subtitles to good use. Pull those up. We rotate it until we hear A. So exhaust means that it's pointing to the right. Should I leave it there? Yeah, let's leave it there. The thing with this, that when you do that, now if you want to leave, you have to go all the way, you have to rotate it all the way around again in order to, and do this again. And that's a problem with some of the puzzles with Myst, is that they are just long-winded. Like, eventually you will just understand what you have to do, but then you have to go through the process of actually doing it. Yeah, that's fine there. But now we can go out. There's a storm coming. Yeah, the dark clouds are over there right now. There's there, and there's one on the other side. So, there's the second half of the code. And we need to get the other side as well. Now, I already have the code, so I'm not going to write it down, because I'm playing the classic one, so it's never changed. Never changed. But if you're randomizing it, then write it down. Pay attention to it. It did. Oh, forgot to play with our bird. Yay! Alright, I feel fulfilled. I could have sworn I could have looked out at this. There's a telescope somewhere in this page. I don't remember where it is. Okay, one rotation down. Do the next one. And then we do that, head out, head down. If the curtain wasn't in the way. Ready to go. All right, see you later. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Spin. So we are left. Okay, let's do that. Zoom. Zoom. We're zooming. Oh, we got to the other place that didn't have anything. Neat. Okay, fine. Well, nothing on this side. I've been fooled. I've been played. All right, off we go. Yeah. So now I need to go up. I need the up. I need the ding. Dings. Oop. That. Cowbell, I'm at the original position. Exhaust. Okay. And ding. Cool. Strata. No, can't say that I have. Honestly, God, skybox. I could just stay like. I'd be someone who is like here for like an hour, just kind of just looking out, not thinking about anything. This is good. Good. We have the code. I'm not quite done yet. Oh, I do have to go back. Okay. I'm looking for the buddy, and I do need to go back to that position that led to nowhere. Okay. Now I can do that. Gotta go back to the chirp noise. Just for a moment. Just so we can see something. Just so we can see something. Okay, and then we'll go. 1, 2, off. Yeah. Or the spin sound. They did fly by it. Yes. On this side, there is a specific man who's right there. Right off of the mast. Oop. He's missing the bottom. He's missing his left foot. That was what I was missing. Hi, Bob. His name is Bob. Nice. Okay. That was Who knows? Is a mystery there. Honestly, there are a few Easter eggs, but I'm not going to be looking for all of them. I like to keep things going a little bit of a better pace. But at least we're done with Mechanical Age right now. Mm-hmm. And that was a fun thing about just games like this in the 90s. There was just like they could do fun things and experiment. Not everything had to be serious. It's like this. Can we include like almost everything here? And it's like no, because it's just tonally incorrect. Like fun and experimentation at the cost of cohesion. Okay, we're done here. Whee. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's all limitations. Absolutely. Okay. And I have my bits here. It is outer rim, decomposed parallelogram towards the sun, and there. Yeah, I just see that as being just an annoyance when you're doing it randomized, because it's less of a puzzle and more of a chore once you kind of figure out what's going on there. There's no real thought. It's just, okay, I have to get to here, and then I have to get to the other side, and then I have to put them all together, and then, ugh. Yeah, just giving it a moment. Weird thought, though. All of these linking books go to the library in Myst, except for the one that landed in the beginning, which landed on the coast. Okay, let's go. The question I have is, which one do we go to next? Theris, I'll give him his second page. Led to the outside while others went to the observatory. Yeah, in exile. Mm-hmm.
Monsieur?
Shush. Let's get a better. Get something better.
You returned. You wouldn't return. Hey, just rescue me. I'm Achenar. My brother, I beg you. To be complete. Always blue pages. Listen to him. Not listen to my brother. An egotistical fool and a liar. Bring me the blue pages. Not the red ones. Don't bring the red ones. I implore you. I've been wrongfully imprisoned. You must leave. I will have my retribution. Please bring me the blue pages. Pages, please.
Yeah. My explanation with that is that it was Atris who did that. Um, because he realized what his sons were doing with burning all of those, is that then he went in order to protect the remaining ages that were around there. He was the one who ripped out all the pages and went and put them in their respective places. I feel like it was Atris who did that. I have no evidence to support that, but I think that's maybe why. Okay. So, back to our map. Where do we go next? Where do we go next? We can go to the we could go to the ship. Go to the ship. Power rotation to the ship. That the books do go to ages. So maybe Atris was like, that's too cruel, so he modified them to be trap books instead. Yeah. Two main things that we need for this one are the dates. 1984, 1207, and then 9791. I'm gonna make use of the feature. Take a picture. Hey. Let's look at some pretty stars. Yeah, there is also that one. On the PlayStation, like I was playing the PlayStation 1 version on the PS5, which is very funny to do. Because all of the artifacting of the books, like, God, the amount of just like stray pixels that are everywhere in that version is just funny to me. But yeah, you can also put in the release date in that one and it'll give you an achievement for it, which is nice. Okay. Planet Arium. They also changed the seat. It's less of a seat now and more of just lay back. Alright, well, let's start with the... Nope. No. Atari Jaguar port. Or the Atari Corp when you put in a different date. Right. They're cranking. Okay. Well, let's start with the September one. Okay. September 30th. 1, 9, 9, 3, with this one, I don't remember. Is there a time that was also connected with it? Because I think it was different. I think it's different. I think it's different. Maybe I should put it a little bit lower. I'm just gonna lower it, everything. Anyway. Yeah, on the outside. Okay, let's put in the dates. Think about the notebook. It's like, yeah, you have your notebook here, which you can just like take your pictures and then you can take a look at them. And they have their dates there. And I'm just like corroborating on different notes and going like, yep, they are exactly the same. Yeah, lovely. Okay. So first off is October. Doing the third one first. 11, 1984. Close. At 10:04 a.m. 24-hour clock. 24 hours. 10:04. We get that constellation. So pay attention to that one. If you need to look back into the book for what constellation that's next to, then do so. Then we go to 46. 5:46 a.m. of 1207. January 17th. Boom. That constellation. And then finally, in the age of H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, pretty much, we get to go to November 23rd of 97, 91, 6:57 p.m. So 1850. Potentially do. No, I was gonna connect it to rhyme, and there really isn't a connection that I was gonna make there. I was going like, maybe it's a rhyme. No. Yeah. Okay. There's our 3. We can just go out of our way, blind ourselves. Anyway. And then look in the stone ship book. More bits here. There we go. It's not the anchor. It's not the eye. We have our spider. We have our leaf. And the snake. Spider, leaf, and snake. Which are over here. And they changed the boxes a little bit so that you actually have to turn a knob in order to see which one is connected to which. But as far as I know, they're all in the same spot. So if you just know where they are, then you are able to just turn them on. The leaf. Anchor. Nope. Spider. Snake. Rise. It has been, I will be honest, it has been a very long time since I have played Myst 5. of all of all of the games, it's been a while. Like, I'm kind of slowly going through Myst games again. Like, I'm playing through Riven again, like, currently, and then, like, I got started on Exile and then went, "No, I'm just gonna, like I'm actually gonna do this in order." So I've played through Myst a couple times, and now I played through Riven. So eventually I'll get back and have a fresher look at Myst 5 and 4. Alright. So, we can do Stone Ship now. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Well, I also have to think about, like, what state everything was kind of in. Um, because that was the time when Myst finally, like, as a series came back to Cyan after being passed around a couple times and Cyan working on Uru and all of that stuff. And again, the time that Myst 5 came out and what everything was like. So yeah. All right, time for Stone Ship. And the original idea of just like, okay, you're just heading off to this world, and you have no way back. Mhm. You better enjoy your time here. That massive sun. That's massive. Mm-hmm. The actual storms in realness. Yeah. Kind of hear them in the distance. Okay. Continuously pump out water. So that pumps out the water down there, which is our way out. Except for the problem of there's no power. Because magically, we have a power connected table here. It did, yeah. That's in the... I think it's mentioned in the Stone Ship book. Oh, we'll also have to take a trip up there anyways. To the telescope, so we can do that part. So. Mm-hmm. Swimming. Possible. We don't want swimming in our games. Even when we give you a skill for swimming, it is completely point. Hanging key. Get a hanging key. It's too far away. This is a really weird system that they put in here for the key. But it was also one of a kind in the original Myst. Just like, hey, we got a key that's just kind of around here. Mm-hmm. There's our drain. Drain out the water. Plug it up. Now it should rise. Okay. Rem. Now, this is... You're giving me some really good... You're giving me some things to investigate this afternoon. So, I'm good with... I'm good. Good. I'm looking up Rem now, too. So many pockets of just, like, information that I just don't have. You know? Yeah, just put it in there. Gonna have to go down there anyways. Here's released on Steam as well. Okay, let's open up a chest. This was one puzzle when I was young that I felt like super smart for figuring out how to do that. Open it up to get a second key. Also attached by a weird rope. Okay. Now for just an oddball generator. Whoa. Don't know why it went dark there. Okay. I really don't know why it went dark. So, as far as I know, this one does deplete when you're not looking at it, of course. Watch pot never boils. Can you make... That would be something he would do. Like, okay, let's make this now. Can we make this now? Yeah, 1996. Yeah, that was a time. That was a time or something like that. Let's take our trip up. See some sights, see the views. Oh, the light flashes over there now. Puzzle just telling you, hey, this spot is important. Pay attention to it and what number it corresponds to. Yeah, just remember, important number, 135. As we go down and we can get our pages. And then double back up. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. Very familiar with that. It's like Cheap Shaver didn't work. Yeah, it absolutely didn't work. Guess which room we're in now. Do the masks tip you off? I feel like I'm going to sleep in-game, and I don't know. That might be just like a warning to me, though. It's like, hey, this is going to turn off pretty soon. Right in this thing. Just, hey, I have a skull. And a rose. Skull rose. It's good, isn't it? Who wouldn't want a ribcage candle holder suspended by chain? Like, doesn't it just give off just the most friendly vibes? Also, Akanar would be someone who wouldn't sleep with like sheets of any kind. Absolutely not. In one of these rooms. There it is. Along with literally a map. Right, here's the first half. The vault is located. The island Achieve very instructions are for each of the marker. Turn everyone on position, and as a final step, to there to. He would get his hands on that stuff there, no problem. Now, some of these are different maps, too. Not good enough detail for me to really find out where this is. Huh. But yeah, you absolutely would. Yeah, because these are different maps of places. Way out of my field as to where these are connected to. They are all different. Possible? A lovely rug. A rug to nowhere. Okay. Yeah, I think that was just the game telling me that the generator went down, so I do have to turn it again. I'm taking up too much time, the game is saying. I have to hurry up. Fine. Check in on the luxury. Just a coat of arms. Of all the globe spinning you can do in adventure games, this one is just, you are so gentle with it. And other ones, you just spin it. Ryan, this is where we can find the pirate sails. He does, but his theme betrays him. Because I look at it and go like, why is it so immaculate? And I actually got rid of some of the drawers and just put all of them down there. I do really like this thing because it just says so much. It is great storytelling. It is a great storytelling piece. Well, what would you like first? Like everything looks, yeah, there we go. Like God, how long have they been here that the casing on them is completely deteriorating? Oh, that looks awful. That is disgusting. Also some other fun. I don't think yet. No, I can't imagine. Kind of don't want to. Got great candles, though. How long those candles have been burning? Okay. Like, I'm already, like, really inspired by this one to be, like, a really cool setting. Just literally having, like, you are on this section, but if you look above you, you can see the section you're gonna be on that's gonna just be completely upside down to you. It's amazing what one picture can do with my head. Ah, what could be? What could dream? Like, this one in particular is not particularly preserved very well. It might not have had the originals. Or at least for that one. Okay, let's turn on the generator again. And do what we're supposed to do with that and get out of here. Worth of time. I wonder if I just have that game by accident. I don't remember. So let's see if I'm gonna like black out. Because damn. Okay, so that is just literally telling me that the game is going, hey, we're giving power to these areas and kind of loading. Look for the door that we can creep through. Oh, they made it easier. They made it easier. Now, the thing with the Myst and Riven remakes is that one of the main criticisms with them is that you do get like 360-degree look with everything, which makes some of the puzzles a little bit more difficult to work with because when you just have a static screen to work with, you are able to get every piece of information you could possibly want. So there's some people who were like honestly stumped with this because it wasn't like directly stated to you what direction, like they couldn't actually figure out what direction they were actually looking in. But that's what the crest is for on this. That shows you that it's true north. So that means I'm looking at this compass rose from this direction. That true. It does kind of make it a little bit smaller because you have to traverse an entire space versus here's these instances. And how many instances there are is up to the programmer. So if I'm going with 135, I'm going with this. Based on understanding of angles. So now, I gotta book it before the power goes out. And up the stairs. And we can leave. Pretty much done here. Once I, drain the water, of course. Gotta do that. One little extra thing that you gotta do. There we go. Rise book. There we go. And we're done. Drop off Sirius' page. But again, not talking with him. He doesn't get my time of day, not yet. Akinar, though. Let's listen to him again.
Ah, good. Still more blue pages, you bastard. Bring more. I must have some more. That's all I ask of you. Long. It's been so long since my brother, Sirius, wrongfully imprisoned me within this book. Stupid schemes. Pretty speech. It's been greed, which is endless. It should be perfectly obvious to you. He's done evil and he has destroyed all before. Do not bring the red pages to him. You must not let him trick you. He tricked our father. Hideously murdered our father. He'll trick you. He'll murder you. Don't touch the red pages. I beg you to bring the blue pages. To me, listen, you must obey me. Blue pages are my only hope. You must help me. You must help me.
You must obey, he says. Or what? That immediately just, like, cuts me off. But I am being a tease. Serious. He has no idea how close the red pages are. Yeah, when it comes to my order, like, I usually leave Selenitic for last, just because of what it, just because of how it ends. I usually leave the painful part for last. But anyway, map time. Map time and nap time. So we got Channelwood. Otherwise, we can go to Selenitic. Yeah, I'm going to get Selenitic out of the way. It has my annoying parts. But let's get it out of the way. Whee! What do we need for Selenitic? We need a place that we haven't been to yet. Well, I haven't even been to the Channelwood Shed yet, but I'll be there eventually. And I think if I'm looking at my time, I don't... Maybe this will be the last age that I do. Maybe I'll do Channelwood. Then it'll be like a short stream and I'll have to flip into 2. I'm not sure. 59. Just remember 59. All it's going to tell us. Use the ship. Whee! Yeah, especially with this one, like, I also have to think about rhyme. But rhyme is pretty short, too. Especially when the puzzles themselves are fairly optional. Whee! Okay, 59 volts. We need them for this, because we can't get in. We can't get in. So a lovely visual is, hey, follow the power lines and they will lead them to where you need to go. Doop-de-doop-de-doo leads to this part. We can go in. I do have a soft spot for it as well. It's a mixed relationship, but it's mostly because of just like the destruction that it's happened. I like that it's like ruins for me. All right. Yeah. Okay, we have our buttons. We need 59. Power to ship, generation switches. Have fun. Pretty much this puzzle is just have fun, press buttons, see what they do. We have to make 59. If we go over 59, it will break. And then we have to reset everything. And then we have to do additional resets. We have to flip some breaker switches. And then do some math. Like if I turn this on, it'll give me 10. 1, 7, 2, 8. I'm covering up a lot of the buttons. That one gives us 22. That one gives us 16. 19. 5. And 9. So if you take all of those values, you can just kind of go, okay, what values are going to get me to 59? We do 10 plus 1, 7 plus 2, 8 plus 22 plus 9. And we're ready to go. Simple as that. Or, we could just go completely break it. So now, even though we have the power going in here, nothing's going to the ship anymore. Let's fix the breakers. Let's fix the breakers. Just stand on top of the roof. I'm king of the world. Reset you. And reset you. Now, because I left the buttons on, does that mean that it's just automatically back up or not? I don't recall. It is! Awesome! Alright. Don't have to do anything. Well. Okay. Now my next hurdle. We get in here. And we see the piano. And we see the sliders. So the subtitles actually help me out a lot because even though I am good at performing music, my ear for music is really kind of crap. So with the subtitles, it actually helps me out a lot when it comes to matching what is available. Hold on, I want to get my burp, burp, burp. Come on. I want to get there it is. So if this is the first one, A sharp. Yeah, I'm a notation person. I'm opposite. I'm getting my Casio key. That's yeah, like I usually need to hear like the two tones side by side in order for me to match them up. Because otherwise I can't just go and listen to a piece and say, "Yeah, that's C sharp." My ear doesn't do that. But when I hear C sharp or if I play a C sharp, I know what I'm doing in terms of playing it, but listening to it I'm like, "No, I can't say that C sharp is really good." So we have an A sharp, we have a C, we have a F, we have a high, higher C, we have the second octave, and we have a D sharp, second octave. But it's 5, 1, 4, 2, 3. So if we put it in order, then we start at C, 2 octave up, E sharp, then we go down to F. Yeah, down to F. And then end with A sharp. So C, 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 D sharp, F, A sharp. And this is annoying on PS1 because the movement of the sliders here is so sensitive. At least with this version, you see like all of the different ticks here, and if you really pay close attention to the sliders, you can see which one is being highlighted, which is nice. So I need C, and then we go up to C second. Bum, bum, bum. Oop. Yep. Bing. Bing, bing, bing. And don't even try to get me into like perfect pitch or anything. I'm not good with that either. And then we go to F. F. And A sharp. And this should do it. Yeah. Like, I'm not musically... I am musically competent, but man, those subtitles do help out a whole lot. They also make the book a physical book in this one, because in the original, it's just floating there, and you just touch it. Like, you don't get to open it, and you don't get to see this fly through. Give it a moment. Yeah. Yeah, so I can't recall off the top of my head, like, what other version of Myst would have, like, you being able to see the fly-through of Selenitic. I can play piano whenever I want, but time to embark. Much foggier than in other versions. All right. pick close up for the Masterpiece Edition. Okay. Got that win. So when I was younger, I actually spent like a whole lot more time playing in the first half of Selenetic because I just loved the atmosphere of it whole lot. So I would just explore randomly there. But listening to the wind blowing sound effect, I don't have a fond memory of it. But yeah, we have to look for sounds, proper sounds. The wind blowing is only in the right location once. It made the feeling of this place so much different. Eventually be over there. Just have to go down and come back up again. Here's our water. And it took me forever for me to realize, like, what are these things hanging from here? Oh, they're microphones. Like, duh, recording sound. But here's our water running. And I can press my stamp into my stamp book and say that I've been here. We have our water. Yeah, with all the weather effects, like Selenic used to be so alien. There was a shooting star? Oh yeah. Oh, that's awesome. The nodes were too few. Yeah, yeah. Lava rumbling. Got our clock that's not really just desperately trying to go. Broken clock. Purposefully recording broken clock sounds. Crazy person would do that. Mm-hmm. Last one, we have to make a little bit of a trip for. Well, for the main part anyway. Because we have all these 5 sounds, but what do we do with them? Wind blowing. We head down. Now, do we still need a light? We have to carry a light. Nope. Bats, though. Ah. Sorry, bats. Mm-hmm. He did. But if this place is going to be continuously smashed up, I'm not going to have much to work with. Plunk. Oop. Man, forgot about This is the part where I just kind of like turned off and just like was not going to go any further. I just like exploring but not actually solving anything. So, point ourselves over the running water. That's our lava. Oop. Yeah, it's complete. Mm-hmm. That'll rumbling. All the way over here. I should have went the other way. Flowing, rumbling. Left clock. That is, isn't it? Yeah, flowing. Go. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Shoot. What? Just. That is where the clock is. Going? Window. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they will play them in the proper order. Ethereal, water, wind, lava, clock. Got all that? Also not really something I can really take a picture of, but, you know, so I can go E, W, W, Iwawi, Iwawila, Iwawila, bro. Dumb. I can't. Ela. But I'm gonna switch up the Iwawi. Iwawi. Dumb way of remembering it. Iwawila, bro. Hey. Off we go. Turn off the lights. We're done. We can let the bats come home. Okay. E. E. Or, you know, train sound. There's water. Wind. That is not a zap. That is... That... No. I don't attach that to a zap of anything. There's our lava. Nope. Lava. Lava, please. Rotate properly. Okay, leave that there. Thank you. Okay. Lovely. No, no, no. Open up. I went too far away. Yes. Yes. Okay. Ah. Never my least favorite thing. It's just kind of odd that it was made, but I guess they wanted to just kind of keep going with the sound. When we get down here, open it up. Take a look at that. So 90s. So 90s. You absolutely think of NORAD and Pegasus Prime. But not as fun. Not as fun. Not a fan of this sub. Because this sub is going to take us out. Originally, you have to do this twice. Versus here. Okay. Getting on the track. And also rotate the track, too. It brings back the sounds from the Mechanical Age. Except this time you have 8 that you kind of have to work with. Like a clink. Well, 8 locations at least. Clink. West. Might just be giving clinks because all of them are places that I can't go. Except for the north. Clink. And go forward. We go north. So, do you remember the sounds from the Mechanical Age? You better, because you have to remember them here. Like, the spin was the left side, was the west side of the fortress. So you gotta head west. They give you a bigger viewing window, which is a little bit nicer, because I honestly found this a little bit boring. Also, the other thing about this is that it's way too long for its own good. There's way too many directions that you're needing to go. Like, there's understanding, and then there's a little bit overgrown. Like exhaust. So that means I have to go south. Or, no, not... No. South is Cowbell. East. South is Cowbell. East is exhaust. E for exhaust. Absolutely. Like, yeah, even the QuickTime. Like, I was playing this, again, playing this on the PS1. Not only was it QuickTime movies that played at their own speed, but then they also had to constantly load. All right, there's our cowbell. Go south. It's much smoother here, though. Cowbell. South again. Because once you have it down, there's really not much else to say other than this is a gigantic system that is underneath this age when the age is very small. Spin. You need to spin to the west. God forbid you introduce the diagonal direction, which you will. Time I keep doing this, I keep doing it in the longest way possible. West. Off we go. You kind of know you're on the right track when all of a sudden you're going in curves. And the direction of everything is taking you is going to make you pay attention. Cowbell and spin. That was the annoying thing. It's like, oh, now they're going to combine sounds. Cowbell and spin means you go in between it all. So it's not southeast, it is southwest. Spin. This way, west. Again, this is massive. And there's always, when reading the books, there was always the implication that it was like Atris and people making this, but never a good span of time in order to understand how much time was being used for that. So spin and clink is northwest. We go northwest. Now imagine doing this twice. Most of the versions of Myst, you had to do it twice because you could only hold one page at a time. Clink and exhaust. That is northeast. Hey. No, not your left, my left. I think there's only two more after this. Think. North. Yeah, when we really go into rhyme, like it's just completely, it's communicated. It's assumed that it was the three of them that was just making everything. It was just Atris, Cirrus, and Achernar all just building all of those things, and that was it. And the last one is not northeast, but move over to southeast. Because it's Boston Cowbell. And you know you've done it. And the tram ride is a little bit different. Cool. We're here. Except, do I get out? Oh, okay, I guess I get out here. take a look at the abyss that's way off over there. You know, the book is perfectly safe here. In the realm of darkness. Like, I love the imagery here, like, just the use of it all. It is lovely. Man. Okay. All right. That's 3. We can put another page. Chill in there for Cirrus. Mm-hmm. Let's talk to our buddy Alcunar again. All right, what do you got to say, you crazy man?
Oh, my friend. Bring in the blue pages. I see. Convinced Cirrus is guilty. Pray, do not release him. He will destroy me just to see you. The innocent bystander. I've been wrongfully tricked into imprisonment. And you have observed his unbridled lust for riches. In the 4 remaining worlds, some plot. It was almost perfect. Final blow to father. You tricked him into believing that it was I who was the murderer. I didn't murder father. Bring me the remaining. Just please. A liar. All in a liar. Must not be free. What? The remaining blue pages from the last age of Myst. I must be free. You must free me. I cannot bear it here for eternity. Free me.
I think I'm going to leave you in there. I'm going to leave you in there for another week. You're not going to come out yet. So yeah, that just leaves Channelwood. Our wonderful bit there. Yeah, I'm going to do one more thing, and then I'm going to be going out there, because I do want to end off with a really good view. So, we're going to head off to Channelwood. We're going to get our piece of information. We're not going to go into the age yet. I'm going to leave that for next time. We'll take a look at the endings. We'll take a look at Rhyme. But I do want a nice view to end us. In order to get that view, we are needing a code of 724. Let's do that. Again, if this was randomized, it would be just 3 different numbers, and you would have to just write them down. Whee! Open up. Open up. Okay. To the shack. Let's play with the matches. Keep doing this. Okay. They're going like, we really want you to turn things. But again, they were trying to make this for VR, so you would have the VR controllers in order to do this, so it would work a little bit better there. But just with PC, it's just like, ugh, not that much better. They also get rid of the matches, unfortunately. So let's ignite. Yeah, they got rid of the matches. All right. Then we turn. It rises from the ground. But I'm going to get on it right now. Because you can just like ride it to its highest position. And you can get a nice view from it. One that destroys the entire flipping building. Oh boy. Bad mojo. All right. This is where I want to leave it though. So next time we will go through the rest of Myst. We'll wrap that up. We'll go to Channelwood. We'll talk a little bit more about the different things, and we'll go through the endings and also Rhyme. And we'll see how that goes. It's been fun because I wanted to get back into it after the last 2 weeks have been a little bit screwy, and I've been sick. So, and then after that, we'll get into what I actually wanted to stream next because I didn't want to stream Myst, but I've been in a mood. So, also thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. It's been nice to have you share your Myst knowledge because I definitely am not a Myst scholar, but definitely very much enjoy Myst there. I hope your 2 months away has been good for you there, and that you've been doing some good things while you've been away there. Hopefully, but yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Because I'm gonna get away out of the window here so I can stop for the day. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And I will, barring things. Oh man, I'm actually moving a whole bunch of things at the end of next week. I should be able to. I'm gonna give myself this. I'm gonna give myself next week in order to do some streaming. I might be tired, but I'm gonna do it. Okay. All right. We'll wrap up next time. July 13th with time lapse. I forgot it was time lapse. All right. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to it. I have not played time lapse, so we'll see. I will personally look forward to that. Okay. That is going to be it from me though. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening after the fact if you do, and I will see you. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I might be tired next week. All right, and then we'll finish off June. All right. Thank you. See you next time, everyone. Take care. Bye.